The Democratic Republic of the Congo is one of the most resource-rich countries in the world, yet it remains the poorest nation on Earth. With a nominal GDP per capita of just $500, nearly 71% of its population lives in absolute poverty, lacking access to clean water, healthcare, and education. But how did a country with such vast natural wealth end up in this dire economic state? The answer lies in its history, political instability, and economic mismanagement. Before gaining independence in 1960, the Democratic Republic of the Congo was a colony of Belgium, known as the Belgian Congo. During the 1950s, it was the second most industrialized nation in Africa, experiencing economic growth, infrastructure development, and foreign investment. With vast deposits of diamonds, gold, oil, and rare metals essential for modern technology, the country had immense potential. However, after independence, instability, corruption, and conflict took hold, preventing economic progress. Political instability became one of the biggest barriers to economic development. Unlike nations that transitioned smoothly from colonial rule, the Congo fell into chaos, plagued by corruption and civil wars. Investors and businesses require stability to operate, but this was lacking. Without stability, long-term investment became impossible, and economic activity suffered. The mining industry is a clear example of this failure. The country has some of the world's richest mineral reserves, yet rather than fueling development, these resources have led to violence and corruption. In stable countries like Canada, industrial-scale diamond mines employ thousands and generate economic benefits through advanced technology and secure investments. In contrast, the Congo's mining sector is dominated by illegal operations, often controlled by armed groups. Corruption and violence deter legitimate investors, leaving workers to extract resources with primitive tools in unsafe conditions. Instead of supporting education, healthcare, and infrastructure, profits from these mines often fund conflict. Child and forced labor in mining operations further worsen the situation. Many children work in hazardous conditions to extract minerals that enter global supply chains. This cycle of exploitation ensures wealth remains concentrated in the hands of a few, while most of the population struggles to survive. To understand poverty in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Maslow's hierarchy of needs provides insight. Many citizens struggle to meet even the most basic necessities like food, water, and shelter. The majority remain at the lowest level of this hierarchy, unable to progress toward a better quality of life. In contrast, poverty in wealthy nations like the United States looks very different. The U.S. poverty line is set at an annual income of $11,000 per individual. While this is still a serious issue, someone earning this amount would be considered wealthy in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. This stark contrast highlights the vast economic disparities between developed and underdeveloped nations. Foreign aid is often seen as a solution to extreme poverty, with international organizations such as UNICEF and Doctors Without Borders providing food, medicine, and education. While aid sustains lives, it does not necessarily create long-term economic solutions. In some cases, it can even have unintended consequences. Free food and clothing distribution, while essential in emergencies, can undercut local businesses and make self-sufficiency harder to achieve. Despite these challenges, there are signs of hope. In 2019, 54 African nations signed the African Free Trade Agreement, aiming to boost economic development through increased trade. If successfully implemented, this agreement could lead to greater stability, investment, and job creation in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and beyond. History shows that economic transformation is possible. A century ago, Europe was plagued by war, yet today it enjoys relative peace and prosperity through the European Union. If African nations can cooperate similarly, they could unlock their full economic potential. However, achieving this requires political reform, strong leadership, and a commitment to ending corruption and violence. For the Democratic Republic of the Congo to escape poverty, it must restore stability and investor confidence. Without these, no amount of foreign aid or natural wealth will drive sustainable economic progress. The country's future depends on breaking the cycle of conflict and mismanagement that has held it back for decades. The question remains, will the Democratic Republic of the Congo rise out of poverty or remain trapped in economic hardship? The answer lies in whether its leaders and citizens can build a nation where investment is safe, businesses thrive, and people can pursue a better future. The world will be watching to see if this resource-rich country can turn its potential into real prosperity.